Hanger Bums, Episode 1 with Coda Riley. If you're subscribed to our Patreon and have early releases in your selected tier, you can expect to receive the second part of this episode on Friday. For our other listeners, all new episodes will be airing on Tuesdays.
All right, well, I'm sitting here today with Coda Riley. Did I get your name right?
Yes.
Right? Okay, I've only ever met you in the air and on Facebook, but now I'm meeting you in person. So we're out here at your hangar. What do you got in your hangar here? Tell me a little bit about some of the airplanes we're looking at.
Over my left shoulder is a 46 Cessna 120.
Okay.
And it has an ST Seed 0290D in it, so it's got a lot of power. For a little two-seat airplane that came out with 85 horse, it's quite the performer.
Okay.
And then a little further over my shoulder is a WAG Aero Sportsman 2+2. It's a Lycoming 0360 constant speed prop.
Winston at the airport was working on that airplane.
Yeah,
I saw that in his hangar the other day.
Yeah, he flew it here, actually. He dropped it off for me. Yeah, I was like, you want to work on my plane? Yeah. I said, well, you want to fly it? He's, yeah. I said, okay, well, I'll fly to Galveston and pick you up. So me and Winston squeezed into that RV-6 and then fired up the WAG, and he flew it back to Galveston. And when he got done with it, I actually come in here and landed, and Winston was laying under the wing of the WAG, taking him a nap out here. It was pretty funny. I was building this hangar when he showed up.
Did he have the 20s music playing?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Winston is
he's a treasure.
One of my favorites.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He was the first guy I met when I came down to Galveston doing the Waco stuff. He's a mechanic down there, and you can always learn something from him. He's always got something cool in his hangar.
Yeah. Well, someone who can carve their own prop.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, right there, they win the award. You know, whatever
definitely.
award there is, he's going to win it.
Have you seen his monocoop that he's working on in his
I've
garage?
seen it on your videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you get the chance, you need to text him and be like, "Hey, go check that thing out," because I mean, it is a work of art. Just the craftsmanship, it's insane.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those monocoops had steel frames or something like that. Metal.
Yeah, his is all wood.
All wood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something.
Well, in that car he built it out of wood.
Yeah.
He's a master at his craft for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me a little bit about how long, what's your story? How did you come into aviation? I mean, everybody I talk to knows your name. You're kind of aviation famous around here.
Well, I grew up in a little town called Fannett, Texas, and there was two crop dusting companies. One of them was M&M Air Service. And they probably had 2 or 3 dozen ag cats. And then there was Kelly Crop Dusting Service just right down the road on 365, and they had 2 radial thrushes. And every morning it sounded like a war zone during heavy rice season. I mean, you'd have 600 horsepower radial engines with Hamilton standard props. And I mean, that's the loudest, you know, like on the T6 or, even on the Bohannon's Stearman, they got the 450 with the Hamilton standard. I mean, they're just buzz saws.
Yeah.
And I don't know, as a little kid, something that's really loud and it flies. I mean, I was hooked from when I can remember back probably 2 or 3 years old and us moving to Fannett and all of the aircraft, and them ferrying back to their strips, and they would come over the house and they couldn't keep a screen door in the front of our front door because I would hit that screen door wide open and knock screen out of it. And so Dad finally quit putting screens in that door because I'd knock them out. We could be saying the blessing and I'd hear a crop dusher coming, I'd just split.
Oh, man.
And they just had hell with me like that. I was ate up with it. And so it was just something that nobody had to take me by the arm and tell me I was going to be a pilot. I already knew what I was going to do. And, I've got friends that I've reconnected with that I went to elementary school with. And every one of them to this day will tell you, when I was a little bitty kid, they'd have career day at school and everybody was going to be something and I was going to be a crop duster. And not being born into the business, it's a long, hard road. You got people that are born into it and they don't have a choice of what they're going to do as a career unless they just flat out say no, which,
that was my situation. Mm-hmm. My dad was an AMPNIA, and from a young age, it was, you're going to learn a trade. No matter what you want to do, pursue your dreams, but you're going to know how to work on something. And so from a little age, I mean, I'd be acting up Miss